Call the regular meeting of the Anderson County Commissioners Court to order on September the 9th, 2024 at 9:31 a.m. Show that all members of the Commissioners Court are present in the courtroom and declare that the court is present. First item on the agenda is the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will stand and join me in the invocation. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for this day and for the opportunity to come together and do the work of the people of this county, Lord. We ask for your guidance in making the decisions that are appropriate and that are in the best interest of everyone concerned, Lord. We ask you, Lord, to heal our nation. We're having pains throughout the country, Lord, and ask you to be with all of our leaders and let them make good decisions that affect the future of so many people. Ask you, Lord, to be with our men and women as they serve around the country and our first responders as they take care of us, Lord, and protect us. And ask you to guide and direct them and keep them safe. Ask you, Lord, to go with us through this day and bless our lives to thy service. These things in Jesus' name we ask. Amen.
Amen.
You join me in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do we have anybody signed up for public comment, Mark? No. Okay. All right, moving to the consent agenda. The consent agenda is considered to be self-explanatory, will be enacted with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items. However, any consent agenda item may be removed for individual consideration pursuant to a request by a Commissioners Court member. We have budget amendments. Let's see. Budget amendments number 76 through 81. That's all of them, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then consider approving bills and also approve utilities crossing county roads. Do we have any utilities crossing county roads, Commissioner?
No, sir.
No? Okay. All right, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 5 is here from Christophe Trahan, and take action to acknowledge a project of the Palestinian Economic Development Corporation to take place in Anderson County. Mr. Christopher.
Thank you, Judge.
How are you, sir?
Very well, and thank you and the court for having me this morning.
Yes, sir.
Very briefly, just wanted to put something quickly in front of you guys. The Anderson County Youth Livestock Association applied for a community development grant through the Palestine EDC, which was approved from my board at our last meeting in August. It's going to be going before City Council for approval this evening, but since this project is actually taking place in the county and not in the city limits, we're here before the Commissioners Court just to get a motion of acknowledgement of the project and just broad support, not asking for financial support or anything of the like, just acknowledgement and support of the project since it is in Anderson County and not the city of Palestine. But I can field any questions if there are any on the project. It's a $20,000 grant to replace the lighting at the rodeo arena itself.
Okay.
Yes. Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chapin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
Item number 6, consider and take action on resolution R082024, authorizing county grant funds for the program year 2025 for Meals on Wheels of Palestine. Meals on Wheels of Palestine Incorporated. And I think y'all got a copy of the resolution. And again, the COG is doing a whole lot for our Meals on Wheels after having some discussion on them. I think, Commissioner Mims, I think y'all had to consider that at one of the executive board meetings.
Yes, sir.
Have y'all done that yet, or?
We're still working. We
Okay.
also have a pickup, one of those box trucks, it's special boxes on the back. It's, not compatible with any other pickup. And then they've had some equipment issues in there, more equipment, like we had to help with the air conditioning. They have other failures down there. And so they're chipping in and putting in a big portion of money to fund all that.
I think David told me it's about 91,000 after talking to him.
Yes, sir.
They got two of them trucks now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I checked on them, and, they don't make the model anymore. They changed the body style, so the back, those beds will not fit on a new truck. So that's causing some problems.
That's the problem.
So I think they're going to some small SUVs and stuff, to try to at least deliver, locally.
That's a shame.
Oh, I know. All right, well, I'll entertain a motion to approve a resolution number R-08-2024, authorizing county grant program year 2025 for Meals on Wheels, Falston Incorporated. Do I have a motion to approve?
So.
Motion by Commissioner Mims. Is that-
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye. All opposed? So ordered. All right, item number 7 is consider and take action regarding video and security at Anderson County Courthouse Annex. And Commissioner Chapin.
Yes, I was wanting to try to bring us up to speed to see where we're at on getting the videos, key security and stuff over to the sheriff. We hadn't been successful at that up to this point. And do you have any idea what our scheduling is on that?
Yeah, Mike had a access problem for a little bit. We got that resolved. And I talked to him multiple times, trying to see if we got it done. Well, they've been working with GTS and some of these other programs for Mark, so they've had a lot on their plate, but that's gonna be done. He's gotta get with the company to move the key cards, but, I told him I want that done this week, and then the video will be moved today to
Okay.
dispatch. Okay.
I appreciate it. One more question on videos. I had a question come up on some of the videos that we've been making here. There's a couple deleted. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not, but it's 18 and 20, and it says that they were, unavailable videos are hidden, and it's, videos deleted. Give that to Judge, please, so you can see that. Can
You
you, I
talking
don't
about
know.
on our website?
Yes, on our website, what those are. There was a question on that. There's 18 and 20. They've been made, and I don't know what the contents of them were. And I didn't know if you could explain that, or where do we start to figure out why they were made or why they were deleted?
I'll just have to check with IT on that.
Okay. But there's two of
If
them
I had
on
a
there.
date, that might help.
That's just what's on the website. Whenever you pull it up,
Okay.
it says these videos have been deleted. If you try to go to them, they said they've been put on the front of that in some, whatever the hidden spot is or whatever.
I had someone ask me about it, and I think they said one of them was on a Friday, on the 10th or something, on a Friday, maybe last month.
Was it not a court meeting?
No,
It wasn't?
uh-uh.
Okay, there was one video that I was trying to do, that I was trying to put, the PowerPoint went out at the beginning. I was trying to do one, but I couldn't do it through this system, so we had to delete that. So that may be one of them. I was just going back through the first of the PowerPoint, because it wasn't up there for anybody to see. You remember when we had our meeting and
So it never
and
made
the
it.
video went out, but because I didn't want somebody to believe that, because they could see the PowerPoint, but we weren't in here, so I didn't want anybody to think that was an actual meeting. So I told them to
but
take it down.
It never went on the website.
No,
You never
No,
could,
and-
nobody could ever see it.
and that way,
anything.
we told Granicus we didn't need minutes for that either,
Okay.
because that was not a meeting, so that was one. Now, the other one, I don't know what it is.
But Mike will be able to let us know
They
that.
should be able to tell me now. There was one that I was looking for, and you can go to live. If you go to the live from the others, I'm trying to remember what the date was on that you could actually see, you can still see the video up there. But it didn't, it was one of those where we had either a recess or it went down and then they got it right back up. So it had like two parts to it. one of those, if you go to the live meetings, you can still see it. It's still there. So
Okay.
I'll just have to look at these dates and get with them and check it out.
Okay.
But that would have been one, probably that 8-10 that you're talking about, Joey?
Yeah,
That would have
maybe,
probably been when I did that.
What was that again, did you say?
That was where I was trying to show just for transparency, go back and show the PowerPoint, because they couldn't see it when I presented the budget back on, what was that, 8-7?
yeah, I think it was a 7. I'm not sure.
I remember that one, cause that one was posted on Facebook, and it shows 2 phases, cause I had somebody call and ask a few questions about that one. But I think
Because
it
we
was
stopped, I
different.
remember we stopped during the meeting because we went offline, so we stopped for a little bit and then we went back online.
Okay, and that may be one that if you go live, you can go back and see it. But
But if they've taken them down, they'll have
But there was like
access to them.
three of
They'll
them.
get
They'll know
to
what
see
they
what they
were.
are.
there was like
and then-
3 of them there, and I think the first of our meeting was just real short. I started the PowerPoint, and then it cut off.
Well, this shows,
And then the second part, it shows one deleted, because evidently it started and didn't do it, didn't work. And then the third one is actually when we took up the meeting the second time.
what date y'all think that first one was?
Well, it was
Maybe-
8-7 was when I presented, was it
8-7 is on here, the one.
8-6 is when I presented the budget.
Okay, there's one on here for 8-7.
Okay.
The one deleted is between 8-7 and 7-26.
Because our workshop was 8-7. I presented the budget on 8-6.
And then
Because we
there's one
planned to do
deleted.
it on the 5th, and we had to delay it till one day.
After that, 8-7.
So it would've been 8-6,
Somewhere in there, okay.
okay?
So they wouldn't have been our live commissioner
But
meetings, and
no,
they're
that-
gonna be something
That
that
was
you
not
made.
deleted. It was just because the system went down.
Then
the
you went
second-
back
The
to do-
second part is where we started back up, okay? And it is there.
Yeah, 'cause we had a meeting the July 26th, and then we had one on the August 6th, and then August 7th. And then those are showing, I think.
Well, this one that's deleted is
But-
between the 26th.
So that y'all know, this is the first day that our equipment is in place with Granicus now. It's not gonna be YouTube, it's gonna be embedded on our website beginning today's meeting. So that should resolve the YouTube issues, okay?
But Mike and them can find out what the deleted videos was and let us know what it was.
Yeah, they should be able to tell us that.
Okay.
I'll find out what it is.
Well, there be nothing on that, it was, somebody had asked me about it, so
And I've had
No
a phone
action.
call about it also.
Yeah, I remember too, I got a question on that.
we'll ask Mike.
I
Thank
didn't
you,
know nothing
sir.
about
Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
That, he said they're gonna do it this week. That transfer stuff that you.
All right, item number 8 is consider
What
to
is-
take action on a one-time, incentive retention pay for a current full-time employee. Let's go back to number 7 right quick. I went ahead and, because we're getting that moved, I went ahead and, here's all the key cards for the sheriff, and there's a list of everybody that's on the,
Okay.
that has a key card. So that way, they won't have to come to, my office and get with Lisa anymore. They can go to the sheriff's office to get their key cards. And so as soon as that's moved, he'll have all the key cards and a list of who has them at this time, okay? Item number, 8 is consider to take action on a one-time incentive retention pay for current full-time employees in the amount of $1,000 from the American Rescue Plan Act funds, to be issued with the, first regular payroll in the month of December 2024. Commissioner Chase?
Yes, sir, that's gonna be the extension, agents, that's gonna be Holly Black and, Trim and Lamb. We had left them out on the last one. I don't know that Kenneth and I was looking at this and whether if we went back and paid them. We was talking
Megan,
about
didn't we
that.
go back and
Did we give them?
The last time we did that?
We didn't pay them last year.
Yeah, they didn't pay them, I don't think so.
No.
They got left out last time.
Well, if y'all remember, Megan found where they're not listed as county employees, whether that was unemployment or whatever it was.
give them a raise.
I had the document, and I actually gave a copy, or I at least showed that to Truman, because he came over and asked me about it.
Kenny, you're thinking about their raise. You're thinking about what's paid from the general fund. That's what you're thinking about.
Yes,
That's what you're
okay,
talking about.
there you
Yeah.
go. I just knew he was here and something.
And we did do the,
Okay.
yeah, we did the raise.
Did the raise,
Okay,
yeah.
well, I just knew he was here and we did something, sorry.
So,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
that's
Sorry.
why they didn't get the ARPA.
Oh, that's
last
right,
year.
and I think it was just just the interpretation of our sides of it or what, but I have support from, representative from the university, from TAC as well, and the different ones that we're all gonna come in and talk to us here in court about them being employees. And that's what it says, that the county agrees that we will employ and supply all meet and demands what they needed. So I talked to Megan, and I think that we agreed, I don't know if that she agreed that they are employees of the county. The other, Peter McGill told me that if the problem that we're having is that Truman retiring, you're not gonna get another good agent to come in when the county doesn't treat their agents as employees. And that's one of the issues that's come up, and he was willing to come here as well, speak on Truman and them's behalf, that they are employed by Anderson County. They do receive raises and, recognition as employees of Anderson County, and all the other counties do. And Truman was told that, if we do it as other counties and it's not right, it's not correct. I agree with that, but it is correct. But I can get them the support if the court wants the support and get somebody in here to explain the way that they see it, other than the way that we see it. And I think that Megan and I both agree that they are employees by the information that we gathered up, that I'd like to include them. And she said that there would be enough money in that, left over that we could include them in on the $1,000 one-time incentive.
Now, I have no trouble including it if Megan feels that we can legitimately do it. I feel we should do it.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I echo Commissioner Dixon.
So, let me just ask a question, are we considering them as full-time, part-time? Are we talking, because their full-time salary comes from the extension agency, from A&M. So are they getting the, I'm just asking a question.
Yes, that's a good question.
Are they
but I
getting,
think,
we're paying them a supplement, but they're not full-time employees with the county.
well, I
They
think
work full-time in the county,
they do.
and I'm not questioning that, but their full-time salary comes from A&M. So, I'm just asking a question, how do y'all look at that? Because we did the 500 for the regular, just the regular full-time, or the regular,
Full-time, part-time.
Yeah, full-time, part-time people. So,
Well, I think that they'd be considered full-time. I don't think they're full-time, part-time. I think they're full-time employees, and the supplements that they get from us are, I know they're employed by the college as well. The university subsidizes them as well. But I think their commitment is to the county, and they work here full-time.
I would feel they're full-time. Megan feels they're full-time. I mean, I understand
That one's up to the court.
we had two levels, full-time, part-time, but they are full-time. I mean, they work 40 hours a week. And the part-time is for part-time people who are,
Work 29 hours a week, or so many hours a year.
so my personal opinion is that they're full-time, but I don't want to do something that the law says we
No,
can't
that
do.
one's
Okay.
up to the court.
Okay.
That was gonna be completely up to y'all.
all right, I'll entertain a motion, to, include the, two extent course,
There's only
the
two active.
full-time employee that we pay for already got this.
Mhm,
Correct.
both times.
Okay, so this would be the two extension agents. So I entertain a
Yeah.
motion for a one-time incentive retention pay for the current, full-time, extension agents at, $1,000 from the ARPA funds to be issued with the first regular payroll in the month of December 2024. So, does somebody wish to make that motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Chapin, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon, all in favor say aye. And I'm just gonna abstain because I don't got a question about the full-time and the part-time. But I don't have a problem with having a raise. So ordered. I'm just trying to be consistent. Item number 9 is consider to take action to allow Precinct 2 Road and Bridge Department to purchase a Bow Mag reclaimer up to $140,000 at the auction. Commissioner Mills.
Yes, sir, I'm still actively seeking. Actually, a week before last, when I went to a legislative conference, I was online at the Richard Brothers auction that y'all had the court previous, gave me permission to do, and the two they had there were some ragged out ones that wasn't needed to be for that amount of money. So, making a long story short, there's multiple auctions out there, and that's why I said auction this time, other than Richard Brothers, that are government auctions. And we have been looking at them. Miss Denise had actually pulled up a couple, then Miss Kathy had pulled up some, but they're on different, they're at different venues that cater to different auctions other than Richard Brothers. And I would like the court to give me authorization the next couple months, because that's something that the precinct really needs, to go out and try to bid and see if I can acquire one of these for Anderson County Precinct 2.
Okay. So you're wanting authorization to go to different auctions?
Yes, sir, and I will inform the auditor's office on what auction we're looking at and make sure it's in compliance with all the government codes and everything else, but they are government auctions. I hate that we don't have a state auction anymore up there in Amarillo, get all that state surplus. They've all been contracted out to the dealers, like when we call, what's the one doing auctions now, Auctioneer Express. So it's a multiple auction corps out there that we can have access to, and I just want to be able to have access to go bid for them at this time.
Makes sense.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to allow Precinct 2 Road and Bridge Department to purchase a Bow Mag reclaimer up to $140,000 and allow him to attend different auctions. They're government auctions, correct?
That's correct. Government auctions the next couple months.
Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, so ordered. Item number 10 is consider to take action to allow the auditor's office to go out for bids on a used SN 250 Bow Mag reclaimer for Commissioner Mills.
Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to do a catch-all. We went out for the RM 300 before. I am kind of leaning toward the CAT because I know what to do. We actually currently have two SN 250s in the county. They're in other precincts, and I would like to see if I could possibly acquire a good one. So at this time, I would like to ask the court, give me authorization, let the auditor's office go out for bids, and I give them specs. And if one comes in at a good price, I may not have to go buy one at the auction. It's just trying to knock out two birds with one stone.
Is that a motion?
That'd be a motion.
Is that a motion, Commissioner?
Yes, sir.
All right, motion by Commissioner Chapin to allow the auditor's office to go out for bids on a used SN 250 Bow Mag reclaimer for Commissioner Mills. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, so ordered. Item number 11, consider and take action to allow Precinct 2 Road and Bridge to purchase equipment at auction.
Well, there was gonna be another, Richard Brothers come up, and, actually that was supposed to be for Richard Brothers. I had my eye on, in Fort Worth, a couple dump trucks, according to what we sell and make from this auction here. I have a lot of equipment on it, and, we need to upgrade our dump trucks. We keep blowing those, airbags and having transmissions going out on some of them, and it's just costing the county more to fix them than to get them, so if I can get a couple good used ones and get rid of some of those old ones, it'll put us in a better place.
All right, is it gonna be just general to
So we'll
purchase
just-
equipment or
yes,
dump
sir.
trucks?
Equipment.
Okay.
Do you have a dollar amount?
Well, I have a certain amount in my budget, and I'm not gonna go over that. So,
I feel like you need to say a dollar amount for me
Okay.
to feel comfortable, cutting a check without it going through Commissioner's Court.
Well, just say if I spend up to, $60,000 at Richard Brothers, just
Okay.
say that. Or, yeah, something like that.
Is that sufficient for the auditor's office?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll put in form of motion allow Road and Bridge 2 to shop at the Rich Brothers upcoming auction, and spend up to $60,000 this budget.
Purchase equipment?
Yes, sir.
Purchase equipment.
See, the 26th, I couldn't purchase any of that in Humble because we only specified it for reclaimer. So now, it's equipment.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So, motion by Commissioner Chapin, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Dixon, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 12, consider and take action on the third amendment agreement for leasing the Natchez site, 98705 Tower with American Towers Incorporated, and this is a renewal, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think it starts, November of 2025.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the third amendment agreement for leasing the Natchez site, 98705 Tower with American Towers. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mims, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
What's
So
the
ordered.
amount of that?
Item number,
It is,
The
I
amount?
don't know what it, I'd have to look it up what it currently is, but it'll increase $106.42 in 2026, and then it increases 5%, for the future years. And it's a 5-year agreement.
I think one of the concerns about not renewing it, if we needed that tower, or had to replace anything on that tower, that rental may go up. And that's what we talked about, Christina? Yeah, okay. So, that was one of the main reasons for renewing.
And it's a 5-year renewal?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right, item number 13, consider and take action to accept the fiscal year 25 Victims of Crime Act Grant Award and adopt the VOCA Budget Amendment number 82.
This is our yearly grant with the district attorney's office. It was awarded last week, so I just need the court to accept the award and adopt the budget.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 14 is consider and take action on the liability insurance renewal questionnaire for coverage from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st of 2025.
This is the questionnaire, where they'll look at it and then determine our rates for our liability insurance.
Okay. Any questions?
I have none.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the liability insurance renewal questionnaire coverage for January 1, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Chapin, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So ordered. Item number 15 is consider and take action on the 2025 health insurance renewal. Ms. Lambert?
We received our rate last Friday, or Friday before, and, it's exactly what was, I proposed during budget. It was a 6.5%. So that's what I filled in the employer and the employee section. I mean, it's exactly what we discussed during budget, so if the court wants to accept it. And, this doesn't include, on here does not include what the county contributes to health equity, which it will be $603.33 per year for anyone that's on the HSA program plan.
Okay.
Just so that's on the record.
Well, I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2025 health insurance renewal.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mims, all in favor say aye. All opposed? So ordered. Item number 16, consider and take action on the contract between Anderson County and, what is it, Tri-Data for certifying and delivering electronic certified official records and court records, clerk E-certified to be paid out of the county clerk records management budget. This is one that Mr. Staples has worked with IT, and they've worked out all the issues, and I think y'all got it all resolved now.
Yes, sir, that's correct. Same
Okay.
thing as a couple of months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody have any questions?
Sir, good job.
I don't. Appreciate you
Thank you.
working through that.
Yes, sir.
That way-
Anytime.
That way it works.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the contract.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Chapin, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, so ordered. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Item number 17, consider to take action on approving the annual contract with the Masters Touch to print and mail the 2024 Anderson County tax statements. And this is, our tax assessor collector, Margie Chris. Morning, Margie.
Good morning. This is the same company that I used last year. Allison, again, has approved the contract, and I'm just asking y'all today to approve it.
And this is for your tax statement.
Yes, tax
And
statements, I'm
we actually
sorry.
reduced some costs by this.
Oh, yeah, at
Yeah.
least by $5,000.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner?
No, sir.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the annual contract with the Masters Touch to print and mail the 2024 Anderson County tax statements. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Dixon, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Hill, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, so ordered. Thank you, Margie.
Thank you.
Consider to take action on ordering a VHF mobile radio for the Frankston Volunteer Fire Department in the amount of $3,922.57 to be paid with the American Rescue Plan Funds Act. And I believe this is funds that have been allotted for them.
Yes.
Okay. Any questions, Commissioner?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve
So moved.
the.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
I thought you'd already made it.
That's okay. It's on the record.
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Chapin, do I have a second? Second. Second by Commissioner Mims, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I just saved you some wordage.
Yes, sir.
Thought you
Thank
put
you,
it
I
in there pretty
appreciate
clearly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Item number 19 is consider to take action on using existing funds within the Sheriff's Office 2024 budget to fund the pay adjustments that were approved for licensed deputies and jailers in the fiscal year 2025 budget beginning 9/16/2024. Morning, Sheriff.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. What I'm asking for is to allow us to utilize funds currently there to fund the open positions to the level that will exist January 1st, 2025 with SB 22 and stipend, so that we can get a start on recruiting and getting people in place. The system for doing backgrounds is burdensome and time-consuming. Even if a busload of folks showed up today, it would probably take us somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 days or more to process them and get them hired. So if I wait till January 1st to begin filling the positions and advertising them, we won't see an impact to county operations and a benefit to the community or to the citizens till probably March or April. This will give me a running head start and allow me to fill some of the openings we have now and start doing a better job for the county.
This is coming out of your contingency.
It'll be coming out of the budgeted funds in the sheriff's office, and I think the best place is the contingency, which, if I remember right, was approximately $200,000 in. Megan has run the numbers on these, and it comes in about $163.5. If we filled every one of them immediately, which is not going to happen, so each day that one remains open, it would go down just a little bit.
The only concern I have with this is I could not find an answer, a definite answer. For the SB 22 funds, we have, the reporting, you have to put in what their base salary was at the end of '23. So if, I don't know, but in next year, if I have to put in the base salary for '24, this could possibly look like it's supplanting, because we're using general fund money to do it now and then taking it away and then using SB 22 funds. So that's the only concern I have with this. Other than that, I mean, there's budget there, and, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do as well.
Right.
Well, As always, I appreciate Megan's her attention to detail and fidelity to duty. I took a moment to look up what supplanting means, and according to the Department of Justice, it says generally supplanting occurs when a state, local, or tribal government reduces state, local, or tribal funds for an activity specifically because federal funds are available or they expect them to be available to fund that same activity. Well, using that definition the Department of Justice has, and just substituting the word state funds, we're not doing that. These positions weren't funded. They weren't going to be funded. We don't meet this definition.
Well, thing about it is, if we did those increases this year, and what she's talking about, December the 31st, we funded all those positions. You're taking general fund money now, and you're asking us to take the monies from the general fund and make all the raises for all those positions, correct? Not just existing employees, you're talking about for all the positions that you have for deputies and jailers, is that correct?
The licensed positions this SB 22 specifically addresses, which is only three, the sheriff, the jailers, and the deputies. Obviously, I'm not asking because I don't meet that definition. The county has seen to that. Thank you very much. So it'll be for the licensed jailers and licensed peace officers.
I understand, but we're talking about all the positions, though.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, in other words, not just the ones that are working there now, we're talking about all the positions, even the unfilled positions.
Yes, the ones that are not
That's what I
filled.
wanted to understand.
Yes.
Okay, but if we do that, then we're taking general fund money and raising the salaries, the way I understand it. We're raising the salaries to meet, you're essentially, if it was for all year, you'd be raising the salaries $8,400 for peace officers and somewhere around $4,000 for the jailers, right? Right now.
If it was done for the whole year, yes, it'd be done on a prorated amount based on the number of days left in the year.
Correct, I understand that. But if we do that, in the audit, if you look at the audit, what the audit requires is they're gonna say, what was the salaries for these positions on December, when they audited us for this year? They're gonna look, because I've got already, they've sent me the audit stuff, because some counties are on October budget, so they have to go ahead and do their applications and do their audits, like we'll have to do theirs before the end of the year. But they're gonna ask you, what were the salaries on December 31st, 2023? Then, what were the salaries on January 1st, 2024? And then they're gonna ask, what are the salaries for these same positions on December the 31st of 2024 at the end of this year? Okay, now we're gonna have an audit for this year, and then we're gonna turn around next year for what we're talking about now. We'll have an audit for fiscal year 2025. So when that auditor is looking at where we're at, on December the 31st of 2024, the end of this budget year, should we do this? On January the 1st of 2025, we're fixing to take and reduce the amount of general funds for those salaries. And we're gonna take ARPA funds and replace it with them.
Senate Bill 22. You said ARPA.
I'm
SB 22.
ARPA, I'm sorry, Senate Bill 22. So we're gonna reduce the amount of general fund money that we budgeted from December 31st. Their salaries are gonna drop in the general fund. And on January 1st, you're gonna take the Senate Bill 22 and you're gonna replace it with it. So an auditor looking at those figures, and they're asking for higher dates, they're asking for a whole lot of information in these audits. An auditor could say that's their plan. I think that's what the concern is. The other thing is, and I'm looking at it holistically, okay? We've got 4 more months of this year. We don't know what's gonna happen. Y'all don't know, and we don't know. We ran into this in '23 where we had to start shipping inmates, because if you lost some personnel, in budget, there was 10 deputies, 10 jailers, 1 dispatcher. Now you got 11 vacant deputies, 11 vacant jailers, and you fill the dispatch position. So we're actually lost 2 more people, and you actually have 2 other people in the jail that are on medical leave. So now we're at 13. So we're paying overtime. We're paying overtime to all the people that are working. And that's coming from budget amendments from the existing salaries that have not been used. And we've been doing that all year long. We don't know what's gonna happen in the next 4 months. If we take and use this money up, then where's the money coming from? If you hired 5 to 10 people and they're making overtime, we gotta think, how are we gonna pay all these different things? There's some moving factors in here. We can't just look at this real simplistically, because from an auditor standpoint, I'm looking at it from, I don't want, when we get an audit, they're gonna audit our funds on this Senate Bill 22. I don't wanna have to explain a bunch of, try to go through it, well, we did this, and we did this, and we did this. You need something that's gonna be an audit, that's gonna track all of these expenditures and be able to explain it without too much confusion. So, and I don't want them saying, well, you gotta give the money back. That's the one thing that I really worry about. So, that's not good for y'all, and it's not good for the court. So, there's just a lot of moving parts to this thing. And the other thing is, you're talking about taking your budget. You've got the biggest budget in the county. I mean, no doubt. You got the most employees, you got the biggest budget, biggest salaries. What everybody is expected to do, and me as well as anybody else, is to spend their budget wisely. The court gives them everything they need to do that we can possibly give them to take care of the job that they got for the year. And if they don't use the money, then it goes back to the general fund. Now, after budget, we're less than 3 months operating, okay? So, what we're talking about is money that would go back into the fund balance if it's not used to help fund any of your salary increases, any of your increased expenditures or anything, or anyone in county government. We all hopefully can underspend our budget. You got a good budget. Everybody's got a budget that they can do their job, and hopefully they're good stewards of the money, and they take and they spend what they have to spend, and the rest of it goes back into the general fund. So, we're fixing to take money that's budgeted for individual salaries that the court gave you for the entire year. Now, and we didn't ask this at budget, but you requested, and I wanna make sure we're clear on the record. You requested that we had given last year for this year 8 positions, 6 jailers, 1 transport officer, and 1 special service officer. And you requested at budget for us to take and eliminate those 8 positions and take those funds from Senate Bill, and those were all in Senate Bill 22. You asked that those be eliminated and moved to salary increases for all your other existing positions. Is that correct?
Yes, and we were very clear on that in budget before.
Okay, I just wanna make sure that was clear.
It was clear.
The court did what you asked about eliminating those 8 positions. The thing is, and I've voiced concerns about whether we can, and evidently y'all are running the jail on I guess with a skeleton crew. You're running, I think y'all said you're running 4 shifts and 5 on a shift.
Yes,
We're paying lots of overtime.
yes, sir.
And so, if we fill all those positions, if y'all are able to fill those positions, and now we're moving money, we're moving some of those extra funds to give raises now, that concerns me, because the other elected officials can't take, I don't wanna get a strategy going here where, hey, let's just eliminate a few positions, not hire somebody, and then we got extra money to use. That's not a good thing. And whether anybody's doing that or not, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that could be a strategy somebody uses, and the court has no control over it except for moving money from salaries to do other things with it. So I'm for leaving the money where it's at. It was intended for positions. If it's not used, it goes back to the general fund, just like all the other elected officials. And that's my opinion. Or either that, or I'd kinda like to start giving maybe I can save a little money here and I'll give a raise to some of my people in the mid-budget year. Maybe the commissioners like to do that. Margie or Mark, y'all might wanna, if y'all got, some of the other elected officials might have some money that hey, we may not need it, let's give some raises to our people. I'm just trying to be.
Sheriff, you've got a budget that we give to you, and it's your responsibility to spend it the best you see to fit your department. So I did not approve your budget to anticipate you enhancing our general fund. We approved your budget to be as efficient as what you could run your department. So that's not on the table with me today as far as the general fund concerns of what we're gonna get back from you. But I understand the position of what he's talking about, other departments, but other departments don't really have your problems ever. You know, I mean, most of the times you have the most employees are gonna have the most challenges, so yours is a little more unique than what Mr. Staples or myself. We don't really have, we have 10 positions. That's my challenge. So I'm probably not gonna be having positions that are vacant that I'm gonna be enhancing positions with, but at this point, I don't know that if there's any, opportunity that we could set these up as, some type of, supplements, you know what I'm saying, instead of actually raising their salaries, you know, and if that'd be something I guess Megan could look at, that you could take that money and supplement these positions
No, there's not a supplement line item in your budget.
in their budget, so it would have to go to,
I mean, you either.
salaries? Because, I mean, we've done that and had supplements to other positions, and those supplements could be taken away.
There would
Not
have to be a
considered.
supplement line item when you adopted the budget. You can't just add a line item in the middle of the budget year.
To put the supplements in there, so they would have to go to it, so that's the only choice of that. So at this point, I mean, like I said, just, I guess the court as a whole to look and see if that'd be something that would be, you know, they'd be willing to do.
You're
So-
correct about that, and I appreciate your comments. I want to clarify one thing. It's not like we're eliminating positions where people are actually employed and getting rid of them. We were using SB 22 funds in 2024 budget year to hopefully hire enough people to cut down on the excessive amounts of overtime that we're paying and to give my employees a chance for a full set of days off, which they don't get, because we have to comply with state law in order to run the jail legally
Yes,
and
sir.
safely. We have to meet a certain ratio. Those positions that were funded out of SB 22 were intended to hopefully be able to fill all the general fund funded positions as well as those and do that, but we have been unsuccessful in filling all the positions.
Well, I
that
think
would
the Senate
exist.
bill shows that what the state has recognized, that y'all are having issues with it. That's why it was put into place, to subsidize, to enhance, to be able to influence people to get them to come to work
Oh, absolutely.
in these positions, so.
If you have a conversation with sheriffs, big counties, small counties, anywhere statewide, recruiting and retention is a large problem.
A couple of things I wanted to touch on. I would agree that it would look like supplanting had the order been opposite. Had we made this adjustment and then went to budget and budgeted less money for next year because we wanted to supplant that with Senate Bill 22 money. However, the evidence is clear, and in an audit, I think it's very self-explanatory. We set the budget last month. We set the budget for those salary rates to begin January 1st of 2025. And then we came back after that to ask for the adjustment. Otherwise, yes, I agree with you 100%. It would have looked like supplanting, or actually would have fit the definition of supplanting. The other thing is, Judge, you kept talking about contingency and how important it was for us to keep it, but you cut it out of the 25 budget. So obviously, it's not that important. The other thing is, we also have, I have the floor right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. We also have $154,000 in salary other right now that we can fund some of those unforeseen problems with. So, you know, as far as the contingency goes, that's the other reason for using contingency is there for unbudgeted items. So again, it goes to bolster the evidence that this is not supplanting. Okay.
Okay, I think it's my recommendation we put the 200,000 back in.
We did, but I don't think I did it separate like I did this year that says sheriff's office contingency or whatever. over. I don't think I put that in there.
But the 200,000
But yes,
was
it is
put
in
back in there.
Okay, well, you
Because-
misspoke in court then.
Because I was
you said-
trying to make sure.
You said you didn't use it, so we took it out.
No, that was never
In the
my,
minutes.
that was never my intent.
Okay,
The 200,000 was trying to reduce the deficit. That's the only thing. Okay, so, but at my recommendation, that 200,000 is back in there, so there's $500,000 in contingency.
okay.
And the reason for, part of that was because y'all anticipated you may have some more repairs, and I wanna make sure there was enough money to take care of, y'all had to replace air conditioning units or anything like that. So we
Okay.
discussed that during the budget. Okay. So,
That money, that contingency will be recognized as their budget, right, for what it is.
No,
what it's total.
budget's already adopted. I can't change anything in the budget now.
So it won't be,
But I mean, everything goes through the court, so if y'all
Yeah.
choose to use it for that, then
it's just part of the other contingency.
and the 200,000 for this year was because at budget time last year, we added the 8 positions, and the sheriff requested another 6 jailers in addition to the other 6 that Senate Bill 22. And so we put the 200,000 in contingency, and that was the court's intent there, and designated it for the sheriff if he happened to need those other 6 jailers. So we had a lot of discussion about that, so.
Okay.
Well, I think that,
And it didn't get, and so this is not for 6 other jailers. This is to give raises mid-year to county employees in one department.
well, I think that $200,000, even though the line item is not there to be seen in y'all's budget, if the sheriff's department needs it, we know it's there. And, I think you come back to the court, it'll be effectively used for the sheriff's department the way it should be.
Thank you.
As far as, sub-planning goes, I'm kinda at unknown on this one because I wouldn't want them to come back to the auditor's office at the end of '24 and ask what was our actual budget for the jailers, the deputies, those 3 departments that will be benefited by, SB 22. I just came back from legislative and the SB 22 was a topic, a heavy topic. We had classes on classes, after the classes you had. I mean, I actually sat in there with some sheriffs that knew you, all of them know Mr. Flores, all of them, Mr. Webb. And, I learned a lot about it, and I think it's gonna be a beneficial tool for our smaller counties like us to benefit and will help us. But again, there's an unknown, and
Who can we go to then?
I do agree with Nick when he said that, you know, the budget's already been adopted, and then next year's budget's already been adopted. It's just, it's an unknown. I can't say for certain that this will not affect us.
Is there anybody that we could contact
yes,
that could tell us?
We can call the comptroller. I just didn't think that I was
Why
gonna be able to get an
would
answer
Zach
before
have answers
today.
with that also?
No, the comptroller will be the one to answer this question, because this is who this is coming from.
I put in a call to the comptroller's office. I only found out about this when it was requested to be on the agenda like Thursday morning. So I put in a call to the comptroller, to the lady, but she has not called me back. I was trying to get an answer. So, at this point,
What if we wait and put it on our next agenda, and let's get the answer for sure, and then we'll know yay or nay?
Well, absolutely, we would never want the court to do anything that they thought was wrong, and they
Right.
didn't have enough information to make a good decision.
At this point, I mean, I understand what y'all are trying to do, and
Yes.
honestly, I have no problem with it. If they say yes, it can't come back on you, you know,
Yes.
when they audit us, so. But I would like to find that answer for sure, because I don't know enough about it to make a sound decision today.
Yeah,
Very fair.
You
I
want
just
to
don't
table
want
it?
this to jeopardize
Co-commissioner
losing
Hill.
all of
I
it.
just put it in form of motion, we table this to our next
Well-
meeting.
if we table it, then we gotta bring it back from the table. If we just pass it, we can put it on the next agenda.
Okay.
Is
Well,
that
yeah,
okay?
that's fine, I'll make a motion, we pass this
Okay.
till our next, court meeting.
Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, and second by Commissioner Mims to pass, item number 19, until the next court meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, so ordered. Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Mims, do I have a second? I'm sorry, Commissioner Hill. Is that a second, Commissioner Mims?
Yes, sir.
second by Commissioner Mims, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So ordered. We're adjourned.
Thank you, Mayor.